Feeling anxious before an interview is actually pretty normal. There's a lot running on one conversation. You've been preparing, you want it to go well, and your brain treats it like a high-stakes exam. But if your brain runs in more of an ADHD mode, that anxiety can turn into something heavier. Your stomach acts up. You get extra irritable. You pace around the room and rehearse answers to questions no one has even asked you yet. At that point, it's not just nerves anymore. It's something that can quietly sabotage even very strong candidates. That's exactly what this video is for. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you an ADHD-friendly consultant mindset that helps your brain stop going into panic mode in job interviews. You'll see how to switch from a please like me candidate to a calm consultant. How to handle common job interview questions without freezing up. And you'll get a ready-to-use GPT prompt so you can practice all of this before your next interview. Here's the good news. You are so not alone in this. A big job interview anxiety survey from Everest College found that around 92% of adults feel anxious about the interview process. And that's just the general population. Add an ADHD type, rejection sensitive, overthinking brain on top of that, and of course your system is going into overdrive. You're trying to land a job. Remember all your stories, read the room, not interrupt, not fidget, not overshare. There's a lot of pressure. No wonder so many people feel more stressed about their interviews than ever. And clearly, a couple of TikTok clips are not enough to fix that. The problem starts when that anxiety hijacks the whole call. You blank on simple questions, talk in circles, undersell your real strengths. And the person on the other side never actually meets the real you. That's when it stops being just nerves and starts costing you offers. The good part? There's a simple little brain reframing trick that can calm your nervous system down fast and make interviews feel a lot less like an exam. Stick with me for a few minutes and we'll reset the way your brain sees interviews. Oh, and by the way, we've already helped thousands of people get more interviews and land jobs faster. So we see this pattern a lot. If you recognize yourself in this, stick around. In a minute, I'll show you a simple way to walk into interviews with a lot less panic and a lot more consultant energy. So why does this interview anxiety even happen? Especially if your brain works in that ADHD type way. Don't blame yourself. Your brain is literally wired to panic when it thinks it's being judged by a group that has power over your future. A job interview is basically the Hunger Games of judgment. Your brain reads it as, these people decide if I get safety, money, stability. No wonder your focus goes out the window. And then come the classics. Just be confident. Oh, thanks. Revolutionary idea. Or the legendary fake it till you make it, which if you've got an ADHD type brain and a strong nonsense detector, usually just makes you feel like a fraud, cosplaying a proper adult. All of that advice ignores the real issue. In that room, you feel like the powerless one. They're in control. They ask the questions, they judge, and you perform. And the more powerless you feel, the louder your brain screams. So let's flip it. I call this the consultant reframe. You have to stop walking in as a desperate candidate, begging for a shot, and start thinking like a consultant, scoping out a partnership. A candidate is all, pick me, choose me, love me. A consultant walks in like, let's see if this problem is worth my time and we're actually a fit. Same person, same brain, completely different role in your own head. Because they don't just have a job opening, they have a problem that's already costing them time, money, and probably sleep. That empty chair? It's a leak in their business. Projects are stuck. Someone's overloaded. Clients are waiting. Growth is slowing. Every week that role stays open, they lose opportunities and momentum. The way your brain works? First, pattern recognition, creative problem solving, thriving in chaos. Those things can actually be a superpower that patches that leak. This mindset shift flips the whole game. Let's look at the old approach, the classic, please like me candidate mindset. They ask, why should we hire you? and your brain jumps into panic mode. You start reciting your entire CV, listing every tool you've ever touched, hoping something will stick. Then comes the dreaded, what's your biggest weakness? And you panic scroll to that fake, I'm a perfectionist line, and cringe inside because it's not you at all. Now switch into the consultant mindset, and everything feels different. When they ask, why should we hire you? You're not begging, you're calmly pointing to their pain points and showing how you've solved similar messes before. You're not hoping they magically notice your value. You're diagnosing their situation and explaining in simple language how you'd fix it. Like a specialist walking a client through a plan. Instead of fake humble bragging, you can say something like, my strength is big picture strategy and solving messy problems. I'm very good at seeing patterns and opportunities. I'm not naturally the fastest at repetitive admin tasks, so I rely a lot on systems, calendar blocks, checklists, and tools that keep me on track. That's where I'd lean on the processes and tools you already use. My focus would be on steering the bigger ship, figuring out how to grow, optimize, and keep things moving. This is honest, clear, and it shows that you know your brain, you know where you bring the most value, and how you build support around what drains you. See the difference? In the old version, you're a nervous student trying not to fail a test. In this version, you're a professional explaining how you work best. You're not a chaotic bundle of nerves they need to tolerate. You're a consultant with a specific profile. Here's what I'm great at, here's what I'm not, and here's how I'd manage that so the team wins. Just two people having a real conversation about whether this collaboration makes sense. So before your next interview, take 30 seconds. Seriously, close your eyes and tell yourself, I'm not a candidate. I'm a consultant. I'm here to see if we can solve a problem together. Picture that empty chair as a problem, not a prize. You're not there to impress a panel of judges. You're there to see if your brain and their mess are a good match. It's a tiny mindset shift, but for a brain that works in that ADHD type way, it changes the entire story your nervous system is telling itself. Now, if your brain leads more towards the ADHD type side, or you just find it hard to focus and your anxiety spikes on calls, you know one thing: mindset shifts are great until you're actually in the interview and your brain goes, nope, again. That's why I made something practical for you. In this description, you'll find a plug and play prompt. You can plug into any GPT style chat, even the totally free versions. You paste the job description, paste the prompt, and it will play the role of an interviewer while you practice answering like a consultant, not like a panicked candidate. And the best part, you can answer with your voice instead of typing. So it feels much closer to a real interview, and you train your brain to speak those answers out loud. Use it to rehearse your stories, your why you, your weaknesses, and train your brain to stay in that consultant frame instead of slipping back into please like me. And here's how you can take even more pressure off of your future self. Interviews are already a lot for a brain that runs in ADHD mode. Tracking deadlines, searching jobs, remembering to apply, crafting versions of your resume for each posting. It's like a full-time job before you even get the actual interview. That's where jobhire.ai comes in. Think of it as your AI job hunting sidekick. It helps you auto-apply, route interview invites straight to your inbox, and keep your pipeline moving in the background. You're still the consultant who shows up to the conversations. You just don't have to manually grind through every application to get there. So here's your game plan. Grab the interview prep prompt from the description and run a few practice rounds with any GPT chat. Train that consultant mindset. Let jobhire.ai handle the boring, repetitive part of job search, so your DHD brain can save energy for the actual high leverage moments. Use the promo code in the description to get started cheaper and faster. Click the link, hit subscribe, and let the robot hustle for you while you focus on showing up as the sharp, problem-solving consultant you actually are. And tell me in the comments which interview question totally derails your brain. Drop it below, we'll break it down in future videos.